The fundamental mutual permeability we described in our last session is opposed by a conceptual atomism corresponding to a modern secularized view on the meaning of human life. And a cornerstone of this view is the isolation of a person reflected in the very idea of freedom and embodied in more efficacious concepts such as the right to liberty of the individual, around which non-traditional sympathies of the entire modern political prism are united. So communists and liberals alike agree that man is essentially free of any meaning in a traditional sense. But the paradox here might be that the secularized view finds some kind of meaning in the very absence of meaning, which in theory, but not necessarily in practice, leads to logical self-destruction. This phenomenon is reflected also in the evolution of language. In such a progressive geography as in the Scandinavian countries, there has been major adjustments in the structure of the national languages. And once again, Icelandic is here an exception. For example, the masculine and feminine genders are replaced by a common neutral gender. The conjugation of verbs is simplified so that the differences, depending on the person performing the action, are smoothed out. And further, the system of modality is simplified. The subjunctive mood gives way to the indicative mood. The strong conjugation of the verbs is replaced by the weak, which is more regular in terms of configuration, etc. So in short, the language being unified is also being simplified. And as an ideal, artificial and semi-artificial languages are taken, such as the language of formal logic, programming languages, Esperanto, Creole and Pidgin, which as a rule do not have deviations from the regular simple principle, rules of syntax, grammar, spelling, phonetics, and so on. Further, the semantic aspects of syntax and morphology are reduced to a functional minimum. And the question arises in this connection. Is it by accident that the analytical features prevail in European language more and more?